I never thought a passing comment could change everything. But that's exactly what happened. My name is Jessica, and I've been with my boyfriend Ryan for 2 years. He's a good guy, steady, kind, always there for me. The type of man you can build a life with, even if he's not the most exciting or spontaneous. He's reliable, and that's more than I could say about the men I'd been with in the past. But here's the thing. I was still thinking about my ex. My ex, Daniel, was everything Ryan wasn't. He was wild, unpredictable, the kind of guy who kept me on my toes. He'd call me at midnight saying, "Get dressed, we're going out," and I'd follow him without questioning. There was passion, heat, and a connection I thought was something I could never replicate. Ryan never gave me that feeling, not because he didn't love me, but because he was grounded. I didn't realize how much I missed that until one night at a friend's gathering. We were at Kate's house for dinner, a casual get-together with a few drinks and stories. I'd been there a few hours, sipping wine, chatting, and laughing with friends. Ryan had gone to the bathroom, and in the few minutes he was gone, I got into a conversation with Kate about relationships, past and present. "I don't know. Jess," Kate said, laughing, "you and Ryan seem so perfect. But do you ever get that spark with him? You know, the one you had with Daniel?" I froze. The question hung in the air. Kate didn't mean any harm, but I knew exactly what she was getting at. The spark was what had made my past relationship feel so alive, so intense. It was what I had once believed love had to be like. "I don't know," I replied, trying to stay casual. "Ryan's great, but compared to Daniel, it's just average. Not in a bad way, just in a stable, predictable way." And then Ryan walked back into the room. I saw him pause when he heard me, saw the hurt flash across his face before he quickly masked it. He didn't say anything, just went to the couch, grabbed his drink, and sat down. I tried to ignore the pit that formed in my stomach, but it was impossible. I didn't even think about what I'd said at first. In my mind, it was a simple observation. I wasn't trashing Ryan. I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was just speaking honestly, comparing what I had with what I once had. It seemed harmless at the time, but Ryan stayed quiet. He wasn't his usual self. He didn't laugh at jokes, didn't join in on conversations. His attention was elsewhere, and I felt the tension building between us, but I didn't understand why. It wasn't until we got into the car to head home that the weight of what I'd said finally hit me. The silence in the car was unbearable. He drove with both hands gripping the wheel, not looking at me. I tried to break the silence, talking about anything, how great the party had been, how funny Kate was, how nice the weather was, but he didn't respond. Finally, after what felt like forever, he spoke. "Do you really think that's how I am? Average?" His voice wasn't angry, but it was quiet, hurt. "Because you didn't just compare me to your ex. You made me feel like I'm not good enough, like I'm just some filler in your life until something better comes along." I felt the heat of shame rise in me, but I didn't know how to respond. I wanted to say, "That's not what I meant." But the truth was, I had said it. I had implied it. And now he knew exactly how I felt deep down. "I'm sorry," I whispered, barely able to hold back tears. "I didn't mean to make you feel that way." He didn't look at me. "I know you didn't, but you did anyway." We drove the rest of the way home in silence. When we got inside, he went straight to the bedroom without a word, shutting the door behind him. I stood in the living room, feeling a deep sense of loss for something I hadn't even realized was already slipping away. The next morning, he still hadn't spoken to me. I knew something was wrong. He wasn't the type to bottle things up, but he also wasn't the type to talk about his feelings. I could feel the distance between us, thick and suffocating. I tried everything to fix it. I cooked breakfast, I brought him coffee in bed, I gave him space, I tried talking to him calmly. But every effort was met with indifference. It wasn't until that evening when he finally spoke up. "You don't get it, do you, Jess?" he said, his voice heavy. "You've spent the entire time we've been together comparing me to someone else. I'm not trying to be like Daniel. I'm not trying to be wild or spontaneous or anything like that. I'm me. And if that's not enough for you, then maybe we should rethink things." I stared at him, my heart sinking. This wasn't a threat. This was him, finally putting up a wall, retreating into himself because I had made him feel less than enough. "I didn't mean it like that," I begged. "Ryan, please, I love you. You're everything I need. I didn't realize I was doing that. I was only thinking about the past. He shook his head. I can't keep competing with the ghost of your ex. You need to figure out what you really want, Jess. If it's me, I need to know I'm enough, just as I am. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had spent so much time comparing the present to the past that I had completely ignored the beauty of what I had with Ryan. He was right. I was so caught up in chasing the intensity of my past relationship that I never gave him the chance to prove that stability and love can be just as fulfilling. I'm so sorry. Ryan, I whispered, feeling tears well up. I never meant to hurt you. You're more than enough. I just didn't realize what I was doing until now. He looked at me, his expression softening a little. I just want to be enough for you, Jess. I can't do this if you keep looking back. It took time, weeks, actually, for things to get back to normal. I had to work through my own insecurities and stop comparing Ryan to a past I couldn't change. I had to learn that love isn't about excitement and chaos. It's about trust, understanding, and building something together. And little by little, we found our way back to each other. If there's one thing I learned from that experience, it's that words matter more than we realize. A simple comment, a passing judgment, can break a person down. It can shatter the trust that took years to build. So, to anyone reading this, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't take your partner for granted. Don't compare them to a version of love that no longer exists. Instead, appreciate what you have in front of you, because in the end, love isn't about looking back. It's about moving forward together. Before you find out what happens next, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We share real stories like this every day, and your support helps us keep telling these emotional, life-changing narratives. Subscribe now and don't miss the next one.